On the Strip, famous for $500 dinners and velvet ropes, one neon behemoth runs on hot dogs, arcade tickets, and 3,700 rooms packed with families. While luxury resorts scramble to justify rising rates, Circus Circus quietly fills its cheap hotel towers, sometimes for less than the cost of resort fees next door. At the heart of its chaotic empire sits a 5-acre indoor amusement park and free circus acts you cannot find anywhere else on Las Vegas Boulevard. But is Circus Circus truly thriving because it understands something its competitors do not? Or is it simply biding time on 100 acres of gold-plated land? To understand why the rules of Vegas do not seem to apply here, you have to start at the very beginning. Circus Circus opened its doors in October 1968. The vision of Jay Sarno and Stanley Mallon, two developers already known for building Caesar's Palace. Their idea was something Las Vegas had never seen, a casino that doubled as a circus, with acrobats and carnival games literally performing above the gaming floor. But there was a catch. The property launched without a hotel, just a casino on the ground floor and a carnival midway on the second floor. Without rooms to keep guests overnight, the casino struggled to fill seats and faced serious financial trouble within its first few years. The early years were rocky. Investigators soon circled, uncovering allegations of tax issues and mob involvement. FBI wiretaps later revealed skimming operations through a key executive, and headlines about IRS indictments cast a shadow over the property. Spectacle alone was not enough to keep the lights on. Everything changed when Circus Circus shifted its focus from pure entertainment to a high-volume hospitality machine. In 1972, a 409-room, 15-story hotel tower rose next to the original structure. By 1975, a second tower doubled the room count to nearly 840. The expansion did not stop there. The Manor Rooms opened in 1980, followed by the Skyrise Tower in the mid-1980s and the West Tower in 1996. By the end of the century, Circus Circus offered more than 3,700 rooms, one of the largest inventories on the Strip. With more rooms came a new kind of business logic. Under operators Bill Bennett and Bill Pennington, who took over in 1974, the property leaned into families and value seekers. The strategy was simple: keep the rooms full, even if nightly rates were low. By 1983, Circus Circus was running at nearly 99.5% occupancy, and revenues had tripled in just 5 years. A property that once teetered on the edge of bankruptcy now filled its towers night after night, proving that volume could beat luxury in the right hands. This family-first approach meant more than just adding beds. The resort opened the only RV park on the Strip, built out its carnival midway, and separated kid-friendly attractions from the casino floor. Even food followed the same logic: cheap, fast, and plentiful. The property's success at attracting families and budget travelers became the blueprint for future projects like Excalibur, Luxor, and Mandalay Bay, all developed out of the same company. Each new expansion reinforced the core idea: high occupancy, not high rates, would be the engine for survival. By the early 1990s, Circus Circus unveiled its biggest family draw yet, Grand Slam Canyon, a 5-acre indoor theme park. Later rebranded as the Adventuredome, this massive addition insulated family entertainment from the desert heat and kept guests on property for longer stretches. The evolution from circus acts above the casino to a full-scale amusement park marked the culmination of a decades-long experiment. The property itself became a kind of living archive, a noisy, bustling reminder that, in Las Vegas, filling rooms could be just as powerful as filling wallets. Excalibur and Circus Circus are often grouped together as the Strip's most affordable, family-oriented hotels. But for families weighing the real cost of keeping kids entertained, the differences become clear almost immediately. At Excalibur, the signature family experience is the Tournament of Kings, a medieval-themed dinner show with jousting, horses, and plenty of cheering. The show lasts about 90 minutes. As of spring 2026, tickets typically start near $80 per person before fees. For a family of 4, that is over $320 for a single evening's entertainment, not counting food or drinks outside the set menu. After the show, families are left to choose between the arcade, the pool, or the casino floor, none of which offer the same all-day, all-inclusive experience. Circus Circus takes a different approach. The Adventuredome, a 5-acre indoor amusement park, offers dozens of rides and attractions under one roof. As of April 2026, an all-day ride wristband for Adventuredome costs around $60 for adults and $50 for kids, with unlimited access to everything from roller coasters to bumper cars. For less than the price of a single dinner show at Excalibur, a family can spend 6 or 8 hours inside, cycling through rides, playing midway games, and ducking into the arcade. The park's climate control means summer heat or winter rain never cut the day short. Even on busy weekends, the cost per hour of entertainment remains low, often just a few dollars per person per hour, depending on how long the family stays. This difference shapes how long families remain on property. At Excalibur, the main event is over in under 2 hours, and the rest of the day usually means spending more elsewhere, either on another show, off-property attractions, or pricey strip activities. In contrast, Circus Circus is designed to stretch a family's dollar across an entire day, with free live circus acts and a sprawling midway layered on top of the Adventuredome. Parents can relax or gamble nearby, while kids ride again and again, all without ever leaving the resort. The result is that families at Circus Circus tend to stay longer and spend more time together on site, rather than hopping from attraction to attraction across the city. Online travel forums and guest reviews reflect this dynamic. Even critics who call Circus Circus dated or chaotic often admit that the sheer volume of built-in entertainment makes it the practical choice for families, especially those traveling with young children or on a tight budget. Excalibur may offer a splash of medieval spectacle, but Circus Circus delivers hours of action for a fraction of the cost. For families measuring value not just in dollars, but in hours of hassle-free fun, the advantage is hard to ignore. A single night at Circus Circus often starts with a headline rate that looks too good to be true. On a typical midweek evening in January 2026, a standard king room appears for $52 on major booking sites. But the full cost comes into focus once the mandatory resort fee is added, $44.22 per night, including tax. That fee covers Wi-Fi, fitness center access, 2 complimentary drinks at the Slots A Fun Bar, shuttle service, and entry to free circus shows. Unlike many strip hotels, self-parking is included at no extra charge, a rare find in a city where parking fees can quietly pad a bill by $15 to $25 a day. Taxes tack on another $7.50, bringing the total nightly charge to just over $104 before any food or entertainment. There is also a $75 refundable deposit held on a credit card, but that is not money out the door unless guests rack up incidentals. For families driving in or travelers watching every dollar, the absence of surprise add-ons matters. This is a clear advantage for budget-minded visitors. Compare that to a night at a mid-tier strip property like MGM Grand. The base rate may start at $200 or more, with a resort fee near $50 and parking at $20 per night. Taxes push the nightly total past $270 before anyone buys a meal or show ticket. Even Excalibur, another so-called budget option, typically charges a higher resort fee and adds parking charges, with room rates that often double those at Circus Circus on the same night. Food costs follow the same pattern. At Circus Circus, a family can grab breakfast at the quick-serve food court for less than $10 per person and get pizza or burgers for lunch or dinner without leaving the property. The resort's restaurants and snack bars keep prices closer to fast casual than fine dining, a deliberate move to keep guests from seeking cheaper meals elsewhere. That pricing is part of the overall value proposition. The result is a true nightly cost that is not just about the room, but about the entire fee stack: base rate, resort fee, taxes, parking, and food. For a family of 4, the difference can easily reach $100 to $200 per night compared to mid-tier or luxury strip hotels. In a city known for hidden charges, Circus Circus' transparent pricing and bundled value make it a magnet for budget travelers and families who want the strip experience without the sticker shock. Strip-wide visitation fell 6.7% year-over-year in August 2025, yet gaming revenue jumped 8.3%, a paradox driven by two diverging guest behaviors. While luxury resorts scrambled to fill suites, Circus Circus and other value properties stayed busy, catching travelers who did not skip Vegas, but who would not pay premium prices. This is a story about value and different expectations. For every high roller betting big at Baccarat, there were dozens of families and budget-conscious tourists funneling into the cheapest rooms on Las Vegas Boulevard. Families and road trippers make up a large share of that traffic. Online travel agencies showed the pattern in real time. On a high-demand weekend, Circus Circus posted nightly rates as low as $52, even after a $44 resort fee and taxes. MGM Grand, by contrast, started above $200 before fees. Treasure Island, also owned by Phil Ruffin, hovered between the two, but routinely costs 20 to 40% more than Circus Circus for a standard room. Watch the rates to see where price-sensitive travelers land. Across the Strip, parking charges and food prices stacked up quickly. Circus Circus kept self-parking free and meals affordable, while mid-tier and luxury properties added $20 parking fees and $18 cocktails. Even as average daily rates softened, the total fee stack at most resorts climbed, pushing price-sensitive guests further down the funnel. The fees become the tipping point. Industry analysts call this the downgrade effect. When household budgets tighten, Vegas trips do not disappear. They just move down market. A family that once booked MGM Grand or Treasure Island downgrades to Circus Circus or Excalibur, preserving the vacation but slashing the nightly bill. Downgrade decisions keep the Strip busy, just differently. The same logic applies to solo travelers and convention guests who trade amenities for price transparency. Properties like Circus Circus, with 3,700 rooms and a low-margin model, thrive on volume. Even at lower per-room profit, high occupancy keeps the casino floor busy and the food court lines long. Gaming data backs up this resilience. In August 2025, Baccarat revenue surged thanks to a handful of high-stakes players, but value properties benefited from steady slot and table play by thousands of small-stakes guests. The model is not about whales, it is about sardines. Low-cost rooms, minimal upsells, and built-in entertainment keep occupancy high, even as competitors chase ever higher rates. Resilience matters. This volume-first approach explains why Circus Circus can weather soft demand cycles while luxury towers sit half-empty. For travelers seeking the Strip experience on a budget, the downgrade funnel leads straight to the big pink dome at the north end of Las Vegas Boulevard. Volume-first economics and built-in family entertainment make Circus Circus an unusual and durable option on the Strip. Phil Ruffin's acquisition of Circus Circus in late 2019 was not just about running a casino and hotel. The deal, valued at $825 million, included the main resort and more than 100 acres of adjacent land, an unusually large parcel for the north end of the Strip. Land matters here. The operating footprint covers about 40 acres, but the full land position stretches to roughly 140 acres when surrounding festival grounds and parking lots are counted. Ruffin has been clear about his motivation, saying the 102 acres presents an opportunity. For Ruffin, Circus Circus is both a cash-generating business and a long-term real estate play. The property runs debt-free with annual EBITDA estimated near $90 million, but the underlying land may hold even greater value. Real estate is central to the calculation. Local coverage has cited Ruffin's interest in a potential $5 billion sale, a figure that reflects the speculative worth of the acreage rather than just the resort's current income. While the casino and hotel fill rooms and keep the lights on, the real asset may be the option to redevelop or sell the land in the future. As the North Strip transforms with new mega projects nearby, Ruffin's position lets him wait, clipping steady operating profits while holding a piece of Las Vegas that could one day anchor the next wave of development. Redevelopment remains the long game. Just south of Circus Circus, the landscape of the North Strip has changed dramatically. Resorts World opened in 2021 after years of delays and a reported $4.3 billion construction budget, bringing a wave of high-end restaurants, luxury suites, and a sprawling casino floor. Fontainebleau, a project that stood unfinished for more than a decade, finally launched in late 2023 with its own billion-dollar price tag, promising to lure convention-goers and nightlife seekers with upscale amenities and sleek design. Both properties represent a new era of capital intensity, densely built towers packed onto smaller footprints, each aiming to maximize revenue per square foot with premium offerings. Circus Circus, by contrast, sits on an enormous parcel, approximately 140 acres when counting the main resort and surrounding festival grounds. The difference is stark in aerial overlays, where Resorts World and Fontainebleau stack towers and retail on every available inch. Circus Circus holds vast stretches of surface parking, low-rise structures, and the sprawling Adventuredome. Owner Phil Ruffin has floated a possible sale price of $5 billion for the land and resort, a figure that reflects not just operating cash flow, but the sheer scale of the acreage. In the eyes of developers, this land is a blank slate bordered by new luxury, a rare opportunity for the next mega project. While the casino and hotel continue to draw families and value seekers, the pressure to redevelop grows with every new neighbor. The question is not just how much longer the circus can thrive, it is how long it makes sense to keep the circus at all when the dirt beneath it could be worth more than the rides and rooms combined. Negative reviews about Circus Circus are easy to find. TikTok videos rack up hundreds of thousands of views, showing stained carpets and chipped paint. TripAdvisor threads debate whether the rooms are simply old or genuinely unclean. Comments about bedbugs, smoky hallways, and long lines at check-in appear almost daily. One viral post calls it Vegas's ugliest casino, while another warns, you get what you pay for. Yet for every complaint, there is a counterpoint. Families share photos of kids grinning on the Canyon Blaster, parents praise the all-day fun, and guests marvel at how much entertainment comes bundled with a basic room. Despite the online noise, the property stays busy. Occupancy numbers hold steady, and the Adventuredome and the Midway remain packed on weekends. Social media negativity seems to boost visibility more than it scares off bargain hunters. Many guests say they booked precisely because Circus Circus is affordable and keeps kids happy, not because it promises luxury. The value proposition is clear. If you are willing to overlook dated decor, you will save money and stretch your entertainment budget further than anywhere else on the Strip. Management is not ignoring the criticism. In February 2026, a new bingo hall is set to open, promoted as the only one on the Strip. Paired with coin-operated slots and cheap snacks, it is a direct nod to the property's old-school appeal. The move signals confidence in the core audience, families, retirees, and nostalgia seekers who do not care about 5-star reviews. The question lingers. Does Circus Circus truly thrive because it understands budget travelers and families better than its competitors? Or is it simply surviving while waiting for the land underneath it to become more valuable than the circus itself? Circus Circus stands as proof that, even on the Strip's most expensive real estate, value and accessibility can outperform glamour, at least for now. As Vegas prices rise and redevelopment looms, its survival reveals what many travelers still demand: affordable fun, not just luxury spectacle. The land may be priceless, but for millions, the chaos inside remains worth far more. What do you think? Nostalgia or necessity?